Hello everyone, and welcome back to Haunted PS1 Demo Disc 2020. You already know the drill if you've already seen the first part, so let's get right into it with Snowy Castle. Oh, also, some of you pointed out that the icon, the cursor in this game, is basically the Neversoft logo. Nice little nod for nostalgia value. Navigate the castle grounds to relight candles in this atmospheric exploration game. Oh, this sounds like it was made for me. Oh my. This is quite atmospheric, but... You finally awake. Hang on, you managed to sleep through all of this wind. Keeps me up at night. I didn't get to read the first part. Oh, that's a bit floaty. And I can turn it off by clicking. Why don't you go make yourself useful and relight the candles around the castle? Who's talking to me? Now, looking around, is this supposed to be darker? Or is it perhaps going to get darker? What are you? What are you? You're all in shadow. Okay, I guess I don't need this thing for that. Even the added light doesn't do anything to illuminate you. You're just a silhouette. Almost as if you're a shadow yourself. That gate is locked. I feel like it's maybe supposed to be darker than this, because I can see just fine without my light. Oh no. It's still daylight. Is that supposed to be a tree in the distance? Because if so, I mean, to me that kind of looks like a large trunk with branches and leaves on the top, but if so, against that silhouette of the castle, that must be a gigantic tree. I feel like PS1 style pixelated graphics are very, very good for having those distant silhouettes of buildings. I don't know why, something about the way it interacts with the light and the pixelated edges just really gives a great sense of scale. Alright, but I'm gonna finish looking at what's over here before I move on. Or should I? Should I maybe take this floor by floor or space by space? I'm gonna go space by space. This door won't open and there's like a strange ringing or humming coming from the other side. I have a feeling we'll learn more about that later on. Oh. And it went away when I lit the candle. Okay, I bet that's like a warmer, colder thing that can lead me to the candles if I'm having trouble finding them. And I can't help but notice it has just gotten a little bit darker. Now I think we're gonna start getting into the spooks. There's one. And I can't open this door. Alright, so we are gonna take it area by area. Going upstairs doesn't necessarily mean that the upper areas are interconnected like the lower ones are. Any other door on the opposite side here? No? Yeah, this certainly is more deep in shadow than it was before. I think the sun's going to be setting as we progress. That once beautiful snowy landscape now dipping down into the shadows. I have a feeling it's not going to be timed so much as correlated with when I light the candles. Oh, this area is completely outdoors. I think I'm walking on snow right now. Oh, another candle. Oh, I can walk down to... No, this can't be right. It can't actually expect me to leave the castle to light candles in the dark, snowy forest down below. I can exit this way too, but wait, no, I've already been here. Oh, without the walls to guide me on a linear path, I'm gonna get so lost out here. Oh, this is not the time to be doing this. The time to be doing this is during the day in clear weather. These must be some kind of magic candles for them to not be put out by the raging winds. I hear it, but I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, I'm down below in the castle sewer now. Where's that candle? I know there's one close by. I heard it. Well, there's one right there, but it's not the one that I was hearing. It's too far away. Through here, perhaps? So here's another way that they've emulated the PS1 look. And you can really see it in the shadows here. Not only is it pixelated and low resolution, but there's also, like, a lower color depth, or do you call it bit depth? Basically, there's a much smaller color range, and it really distorts the shadows, which is making it a little bit difficult to see, but I guess that's by design. See, that's the interesting thing about these games to me, is that there's a whole lot more ways to recreate that classic PS1 look than just having a low-resolution display. I've always felt that it's the little details that allow you to connect to nostalgia, and it's kind of interesting to see the different ways these games go about that. Like, some of them even simulate the curvature of those old screens. This compass, this light has gone out. I'm not getting anything out of it anymore. Maybe it only works indoors? Light you? I don't seem to need it to light the candles. Can I relight it on the candles? No, I can't. I guess it only works indoors. There you are. 11 out of 24, so there's still 13 to go. There's one. And lit. I'm never gonna know if I've gotten all of them out here. I think there's still more castle to explore. Let's get up there and see if we can't get onto that upper walkway. I bet that'll get us somewhere. But then again, there's all these areas just in the middle of the snowy field where it's going to be so hard to determine if I've seen everything. Hugging the wall only gets you so far. Okay, yeah, so this thing does work indoors. And it's very loud right here. I think we're directly under a candle, but how do we reach it? Ah, there's an area beneath the waterfall. Well, I say waterfall, it is the sewage. Alright, light you. 16 out of 24, that means we're 2/3 of the way through. This is working out here for now, but maybe it goes out if you leave it out for too long, so you can't rely on it as a crutch. Okay, there's definitely one here. Ah, there's a door! There's a door at the end of the bottom of the walkway, which means we can now access the stairs to get up. This is going to open up a lot of new areas to us. Another landing. Light you as well. I can't see any more burning. And my thing is out again. I'm really confused as to what determines when it is and is not able to be used. Nothing here. Look at those dark treetops against an almost as dark sky. Another candle. Come on, 5 more. 5 more to go. I hope there's no more on the ground outside. Those are going to take forever to find. It's almost pitch black out now. It's a good thing I had the Ethan Winters power of projecting ambient light around me. 3 more. The This door won't open. What about you? No light to guide me. You know, something that gives this almost a dreamlike quality is us being given this task that gets increasingly difficult on the order of a voice unattached to any body. That weird shadow in the main hall. It's so straightforward yet so nonsensical at the same time. Wait, this is the starting chamber. We've already been in here. Okay, so those doors that were locked... Yes, those doors that were locked can be opened by reaching the other side. And that will allow us to loop back in on where we were before. Alright, so let's climb up here. There's still more to this hallway. Now, ever since I played the first Harry Potter game on PC, I've always wanted to live in a castle. I've thought they were so cozy and atmospheric, how big and echoey they are, and how many different sights there are to see. The different views you can get from the upper walkways, but I feel like after a while it would just get tedious having to walk a mile and a half just to get a snack at night. Also, count the number of times I've said walkways in this video. Oh no! Oh, we're in another outdoor area. And after this... there's only one more candle left to find, but where is it? The path has ended at a huge gate in what looks like a cave of some kind. Excuse me, I guess I'm going off on the hunt for the final candle. Oh my god, finally. Well, that took forever. Where am I now? That seems to have teleported me, and I still don't have a light. What is this? One last candle. Now what? And then the cycle just starts again. So I guess this is this character's existence. Just doing this day in and day out. Not really sure what I'm meant to interpret from this. Next up, erasure. Working alone at night, only the hum of dozens of deep simulation pods to keep you company. Something is waiting for you. Left click to grab, right click to release, and use the mouse to rotate. Oh, this is weird, like some kind of 90s puzzle game or something. So I'm trying to get it to form a certain shape, I guess? Well, each of these orbs controls a different dimension. Command reanimate aligned vectors. Did I do it? Did you see that movement? It always gets moody when one of you has to come in. I can barely read that. That or it doesn't like what I've done to it. That is small text far away from me. Whatever. You can go now. Leave? Disconnected by user. Oh, so I guess I'm like an administrator who interfaces with these things through VR? User deceased, F8. User abusing safety protocol, F14. So I guess I'm like, oh, this is such a cool sci-fi concept. So am I like overseeing the virtual worlds of people in these cryopods? Hang on, where do I go? Well, that door opened for me, so I'm assuming this way. Now these are some neat graphics. We've got solid colors on my character. So it's displaying in like a regular resolution, but it's all low poly, kind of like playing on an emulator. Oh, what is going on down here? What am I supposed to do? Entering simulation. Oh, this game is actually taking some very interesting... This game is taking some very interesting liberties with the fixed camera by putting us against a background that's completely, like, not a solid color, but, you know, like a textured background. And so, by giving us this fixed camera perspective that keeps changing as we move around, it's really, really disorienting. That is an interesting and original take on that. Okay, neural interface disconnect. Bioreclamation, that sounds like we're basically recycling the person. Simulation reset. Data buffer, disconnect, or defrag. I don't know what any of those things mean. Disconnect neural interface, I suppose? Bioreclamation protocol incomplete. I have to do everything else, I guess? Reset the simulation. Buffer empty, disconnect the data buffer. And now we can do bioreclamation, which presumably is just recycling the corpse somehow. Okay, so we just mulched that user. Just hose it down and get it ready for the next one, I suppose. But there was another one. This is user deceased. The other one is user abusing safety protocol. So where was that? Do I have to get back in the elevator? Yep, I can hear the alarm. But where is it? We're playing warmer, colder, and... You know, it really is eerie being the only one awake. The only one working while everyone else is enjoying their virtual reality. Like, I'm the only one in actual reality tasked with maintaining them. I don't know, there's something just existentially scary about that. It's almost like being the last man on Earth. These camera angles certainly doing a lot to heighten the tension as I approach. I guess that's not the way I'm meant to be going. In here. So this one's not being kept with all the others. These seem to be more like cells. Is VR in this universe not only being used for pleasure, but for punishment? And there's something very strange going on outside the window. Find user. Oh, it's fine. He's just playing Cry of Fear. Alright, well, I guess we should intervene. It seems like it may be just a bit too late to intervene. I suppose we just walk up the flesh ramp. You know, if I'm in control of this virtual reality, why do I have to deal with obstacles such as this? Now I wonder, do I control the reality or does the user? It seems like I have some ability to affect what's going on, but... you know, whose court is this ball in? Am I trapped in here with them? Ah! Well, that was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like a disembodied eyes and mouth just floating in that head. Oh, there you still are. Okay, get out of my head. I don't even notice this text until it's already going by. If I want to feel the limit in here, I can do it. Disconnect. User restricting access. Not hurting anyone else, so what difference does it make? Yeah, I can see why you're in prison. What gives you the right to come into my sim and tell me what I can't do? Just some loser slob. Defrag, no. Disconnect. Loser. So, okay, so I did succeed in disconnecting you. Reset simulation, user restricting access. Safety off. Anomalies detected in buffer. Disconnect. There's nothing else I can do. If you didn't have that set up, you'd be meat in here. Just another body to my pile. It's all fake. But if I can feel it a little deeper, when they fight back, I want to feel it. Just want to keep working on this program. Almost got the blood moving like I want it. Don't touch my files. Don't touch my files. Reset. I'm just still trying stuff. Defrag. Stop now. What else? I have to align everything? No. Corrupt data. Defrag. Come on. Delete. Defrag. Delete. Defrag. Delete. Defrag. Delete. Defrag. Delete. Yes. A wage slave. Oh, come on. What just happened? Can't handle any of this. What do I do? Disconnect? No. Reset? No. Safety off. Safety on. No, I can't turn it back on. Well, that guy's the master of his own destiny now. Although, what's stopping me from just shutting off life support or whatever? Yeah, I'm starting to definitely lean more into the theory that that was some kind of prison containment unit. Get through. Which one of you is it? Was it you back there? It's not letting me interact with you. There we go. We're back in this again. Oop. Alright, let's shut all this off once more. What are you? Have you started to influence other people's realities? That would certainly not be good. Jeez, what was that? Something I really like is how it didn't even give us any text or anything to give that context. It's just there, unexpected, and ominous. Disconnect neural interface. Reset sim. Bioreclamation. That person died. What's happening? No, another one! 2 more. This guy's definitely up to something. Oh, why would you network them all like this? Why would you network the recreation ones to the cells? Down the hall. The quicker we get down this hall, the quicker we're out of this nightmare. That ominous command in the top right. Find user. No. No! Buffer overload breach detected. Disconnect immediately. Do I have control over that? Disconnect failed. Old mind connect. User deceased. New mind connect. User deceased. Union join. I'm doing all the wrong things here. I'm starting to think I'm not qualified for this position. Can't interact with C. Can't interact with the eyes either. Can't do anything. I'm totally locked out! I'm clearly no longer in control of the situation. I feel like at this point I should maybe call someone? Like a computer exorcist? I think I got erased while connected. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to leave this because this credits music probably copyrighted. Okay, so my interpretation of what happened there was we had a prisoner whose will to basically do harm was so strong that he was able to override the systems and safeguards of that virtual enclosure and actually access the network and start accessing everyone else's, ultimately culminating in him somehow destroying my own mind while I was connected. That was an excellent piece of sci-fi horror that did most of its work through implications, and not only implications about what's going on, but implications about the world that it takes place in. I really enjoyed that one. The next one is Killer Bees. The found footage from the Killer Bees cast has been leaked online. You can witness what the officials hid for all these years. Strictly 18+. Judging by that warning, I'm gonna assume that whatever happened to them wasn't good. It's got that 90s exploitation feel to it. I guess easy for the sake of progression. I mean, I'm just here to get the idea. Video mode VHS PS1. Well, it is supposed to be found footage. Let's go with VHS. Tape 1. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Here's actually a really significant detail. Listen to that white noise. The slight flicker of the screen, the way the text is all smudged and grainy. Now that's some heavy VHS. December 27th, 1990. This is some next level distortion here, because what we've got going on here is VHS filter on top of PS1 graphics. We're really stacking our 90s, aren't we? It's so distorted that I can't even read what it says on that door. I hope the numbers won't be important. That looks interactable, but... Is that a weather forecast? And is that a gun? Okay, well, I guess whatever's going on here, things are looking up for me, but to be honest, in horror games, I almost get a little nervous when they decide to give me a weapon. That means that things are going to try to attack me, and that means that my fate is in my own hands, which is not exactly reassuring. Can I pick these up? Okay, now the yellow bar only appeared when I picked up the gun, so I'm assuming that that's ammunition. What kind of place is this? It's like some kind of decrepit old library with boards blocking the various exits, but what am I doing here? What is the Killer Bees cast? What is Killer Bees? Can't open the doors. What a surprisingly realistic creaking sound effect. That was directly in my ear. Did that light just turn on? Yes. I almost feel like I should go back and turn that radio off. I can just hear that distorted voice going all through the halls of whatever this place is supposed to be. Just a constant, droning, monotonous voice behind me. Kind of like watching a librarian video. Is there something down there? I can't crouch at all. I think that's just a bottle. I hear like a ticking, and also it sounds just faintly like some kind of music. Like a piano, maybe? Oh, this very low draw distance is certainly going to be used to surprise me at some point. More ammo. It certainly is stocking me up, but I haven't yet seen what I'm going to be encountering. Hello? Oh, it's getting quite dark. It seems like I project just a little bit of ambient light, but I can only see a couple of feet in front of me. I swear I can hear faint whispers in amongst the creaks and groans of the wood. Where else are you? Something's out there. There's a thunderous thumping coming down the hall. What is it? What? I can't imagine I have to shoot you, right? You're a swarm of bees. What will shooting you do? Okay, well, that explains the title, but what do I do about you? Just run, I guess. That thumping is getting louder. No. Are you just gonna be patrolling? I assume so. I assume I'm gonna have to shoot you. Oh, that was surprisingly effective. I can see you dropping. I can see you splatting. Okay, I guess I just have to dump a ton of ammo into a swarm of bees. I feel like I could rig something together that would be better than that. Wave a blanket around or something. You pick up a blanket, even just, start tearing the upholstery off the seats and you throw it over them like a net. That'll at least cut down on the crowd, right? At least disperse them a bit, throw them off. I can clearly see that this place has been arranged into a linear path. But who's done that and why? And how have they trained an army of bees? More ammo? Certainly going to take a lot of it if there's many more bees to be found in here. That's quite a nice ceiling. I like that. But no time to admire the old abandoned architecture. Those sounds are not being made by bees. There's definitely more to this. How refreshing. I'm probably going to put this at the beginning of the video because it's actually giving me things to talk about, but so many of the games that I played in this session in particular just aren't giving me a whole lot to talk about. Wait. No. We've just looped right back around. We've looped back around. So what were we meant to do then? Well, I have my ammo. I have my gun. I haven't seen anything else that I could pick up, but... Oh, more bees. Ow. Okay. I don't know if there's going to be any way to heal, but wait. Wait. This area didn't look like this before. This is all new. Even though I've wrapped around the same way, everything's changed. I can't even imagine what's on the other side of that door, but it sounds like something like groaning or wheezing. There's some really good sound design going on here, and we experienced it even from the beginning, when it was playing those incredibly realistic creaks that actually got me to turn around. It's being done right to where it feels like there's things going on all around us, just outside of what we can see. And it leaves a lot to the imagination. That's what horror is all about, is getting the player to conjure thoughts of what's going on just out of their sight. Gonna definitely have to make sure to pick up all the ammo that I possibly can. What do you have for me? Nothing? Okay. I kind of want to try shooting you out, but A, that'll leave me in darkness, and B, I don't want to waste the ammo. These bee clouds take quite a few bullets to take down. I must once again reiterate my objection to this being the way to handle this. Now, apparently we're playing Atari games in this room. What was that? That was truly... I only caught like one frame glimpse of that. Okay, so you'll keep reappearing. Occasionally. It looks like a body that's been crucified. Ah, shotgun. Doesn't have very much ammo, though, and as far as I can tell, I can't... No. I can't switch back to the handgun? Or can I only take one at a time? I'm confused. I can't get the pistol? I feel like the revolver, having more ammo, is the smarter thing to carry with me. Unless it's really about to stock me up. Okay, now we're using a shotgun to deal with swarms of bees. I guess buckshot spreads out, although at this distance, not enough. The bees have developed... Ah! Holographic hypnosis! Well, I'll show them what I think about that. I'm losing so much health. I need to back up more. It's just... the screen is so distorted, it's so hard to see what's right in front of me. This is going to get absolutely butchered, because remember, it still has to go through rendering compression, it still has to go through... Oh god, it still has to go through YouTube compression. By the time YouTube's done with this, you're not going to be able to tell anything, it's just going to be a jumble of pixels. These lights coming on in increasingly strange colors. What are you? A VHS tape? Does that mean that I've just saved? Oh, hang on, getting a phone call. Where did we see a phone? Yes? Okay. What about you? There's got to be something to do with you, right? Oh, there's something behind you. That's police tape. Was this the site of like a crime or something? Well, those are skulls, so I'm gonna upgrade that to a definitive yes. Some kind of meat? Ah, it heals me. I can hear something breathing. Oh, and it's stocking me up on ammo. This is a boss arena. Come on. This is a boss arena if I ever saw one. Stock up before it finds me. What are you? Ah, this is one of those times where the poor visual quality leaves a lot to the imagination, even when I'm staring directly at whatever that thing is. Do these shapes mark the way? No, I can't move forward. Bees! 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 No more bees. Bees be gone. Come on, pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, am I not allowed to pick it up if it would overfill my bar? Let me guys! Stop it, bees. I hate you guys so much. You ruin every family gathering. Clinging onto the sides of red Solo cups so I can't drink from them anymore. What about you? Are you still here? You're still here. Are you behind all this? Or are you just a prisoner here like me? I'm so sick of bee clouds just materializing out of nowhere. Ah, you've turned blue now. Does that mean I can get through? No, I still can't. What is it that I'm meant to do then? Ah, another bee swarm. I can't hit you anymore. I can't hit you. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't... Okay, now I can hit you. That was a really weird bug. Do you get it? It was a really weird bug. Anyway, now I have no health and no ammo. Come on. Ah. Okay, so I guess I just had to fight a certain number of those guys? That was not super well communicated. That was what I would have to do. And what is the deal with this ammo that I can't pick up? I just realized the walls are covered in what looks like hives or honeycombs. This honeycomb's big. Yeah. What are you? I feel like while I'm looking down at you, something is gonna run forth from those shadows. Just gonna step around you. You're gonna get up and chase me, aren't you? You guys actually haven't seemed to be hostile. Are you one of the other cast members? Is that what's gonna happen to me? Come on. I can hardly see anything. That eerie, distant carnival music So at odds with everything that's going on, making me feel like I'm walking into some kind of trap that's all for someone else's amusement. Hi. I'm not gonna hurt you if you don't hurt me. Right? We're gonna play it cool? Right. Okay. Just don't start chasing me on me. God, I am so curious what's going on here. Although I'm used to not having my curiosity be rewarded, something tells me it's not going to be forthcoming with that information. Hello? Okay, so when these things are red, I can't pass through. When they turn blue after I've met a certain objective, that is when I can pass through. Come on, nope, 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 nope. Come on, no. Die, die, die. There's not a whole lot of room to backpedal. You've turned blue, but there's still a red center, meaning... Okay, you know what? I think that's telling me how many more waves of bees I have to fight. And I wonder if the point of placing these guys around isn't to try and goad me into shooting them. Look at them all retreat back into the combs. And there's room for all of them. It's not small. No, no, no. Just need to wait for one more bee swarm to spawn. There you go. Nope, 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 no. You should be open now, right? No, it wants me to fight one more swarm. Alright, pick you up. And pick you up. Come on, I could use all the ammo I can get. It's only so far I can retreat. Giving me a lot of time between the swarms. They're carrying something... Wait, they're carrying something blue with them now. There was something very different about that swarm. There was some shape like floating and materializing within it. Yes, I will happily accept your health. Come on. Happily accept your health. Happily accept your gifts of ammo as well, please. I don't understand why I can't pick some of these up. Like, I wonder if I'm not maybe supposed to be able to switch between weapons, but I can't figure out how to do it. I think those other things must be revolver ammo. But I can't figure out how to switch between them. More of you. We've encountered like 4 or 5 of you at this point. Oh, it is pitch black. Hi. It's gonna be so hard to navigate down here. But I should probably be making a note of where these ammo spawns are. Where are you, bees? Come on, bees. Oh, this has got to be a fate worse than death. Another one of these fights. Only it's going to be very, very difficult to heal down here. I don't have a lot of maneuverability to avoid their hits. You're out there. That's one group down. Which means we've got, like, one of, like, 3 or 4 layers down. Yep, you're good and angry now. I'm actually having an easier time with this than in the previous areas. Ow, come on, why can't I hit you now? Why can't I hit you now? Very hard to aim, very hard to see. And what's more, it seems like sometimes when I go to hit them, like, it just arbitrarily doesn't hit. I can't really figure out what's going on with that, and sometimes it'll just spawn a swarm right on top of me. Come on. Come on. Come on, why aren't you getting hit? Why aren't you getting hit? Please tell me I don't have to restart the game. Alright, if it's going to make me restart, I do not have time to play through that again. Very good atmosphere, very good visuals. Maybe a little bit muddy for my liking, especially since I have no idea how that's going to look once it finally makes it to YouTube. I don't know if you'll even be able to see anything, especially with how much YouTube tends to compress the darks. It was quite scary. I was very interested to learn what was going on. It was very creepy, especially as far as the work the sound design was doing. Gameplay, utterly tedious. The next game is titled Effigy. Explore an abandoned prison moon that has been overrun by a cult of former inmates in this fast-paced retro FPS. The next one is titled A Place Forbidden. The library of Ouroboros and its vast store of occult knowledge is finally within your reach. In the end, it was almost too easy to find. Ooh. The library of Ouroboros. I'm finally here. It's almost anticlimactic to stand so easily within its walls after all those years of searching. If the rumors are true, the library contains knowledge beyond anything one might hope to find on Earth. Words of power, occult learnings, enough to transcend death. It will be mine. All of it. I just need to know where to look. Now that's interesting because that leaves a whole lot of questions in my mind. Who am I playing as? I mean, clearly someone who's dedicated their life to the pursuit of occult knowledge, but how did they get here? I mean, it seems like a lot went into finding this place, but it just seems like a normal little library. Am I meant to wait for someone to arrive? Someone to tell me what to look for? Nope, I think I'm going to be looking myself. The shelves back here are all bare, but it looks like there's quite a bit of space concealed in the shadows behind these bare shelves. Okay, I can start to click on things and look through them, but let's have a quick look around first. The door is immobile. I can only imagine what strange, arcane secrets lie beyond its varnished surface. The fact that I walked in this place seemingly full of occult knowledge that no one was meant to know. I don't know, something about it being empty but seeming so normal. Serious backrooms vibes. Locked. Why would I leave? I've only just arrived. Alright, I guess let's just pick something and start dissecting this place. A transcript. I've been having these nightmares, Doctor. I'm alone, but I don't feel alone. Not like I should. Rather, there's no one with me. But that's not to say there's nothing around. It's difficult to explain, but it's an uncomfortable feeling. Something drones low in the background all the while. I can hear snatches of whispers, but only just barely. Like something is conversing with me just out of my range of hearing. Just as something is watching, just out of my sight range. Everything's too still. It's wrong. I don't remember how I got there, and I can't figure out how to leave. Everything is all hallways upon hallways, shelves of books that look like they've never been opened. Almost all of them are still, and yet I get a feeling like I mustn't open any of them, whatever I do. There's a pull toward them, of course. The sense that I will learn more than I could ever hope to on Earth. But there's a danger. A vague, creeping danger. The feeling that something is very, very interested in every move I make. Who or what it might be. I don't know. I don't know if it wants to bring me in, or if it wants me to leave. How does it end? Well, as I mentioned, there's no real way to escape. Every place I go leads to more rooms. But eventually, after a time, I don't really hear them so much as feel them. Look no further. Look no further. Look no further. And then I wake, and every time I feel farther from this world. To be honest, Doctor, I hope it's all in my imagination. I hope I'm afflicted of some kind of mania. Because a place like that can't exist. Shouldn't exist. And if it does, then I can only hope that no one else would be so unfortunate as to visit it. So this is either my dream, or perhaps someone else's dream from my perspective. Something was watching their every move with keen interest, just waiting to see what they would do. That they felt the pull of all this knowledge, but got the feeling that they shouldn't interact with any of it. But I won't have a choice, will I? Now that we've read that, let's try all the doors once more. Maybe this is one of those things where the only winning move is not to play. But it seems my character has a mind of his own. So let's just take some books and get crackin'. The Minister's Doom, Act 3, Scene 2. Hang on. Gonna be a lot of reading in this part, huh? Bernice enters, followed closely by me, the librarian! Bernice is breathless, looking both exasperated and slightly excited. The librarian's expression is unreadable, as per usual. Bernice. But my husband will find out about us. He won't stay out forever. I wouldn't be so sure, my dear. But shall we retire to the living room if we're to speak of such unpleasantness as your husband? Bernice's face breaks suddenly into a grin. She grabs the librarian's hand, taking him onto the couch beside her. Did I write this and forget about it? Fine then. If you're to stay, I want to hear some of those secrets you keep talking about. You can't play me for the fool forever. I would never claim to do such a thing, my dear. Would you care to hear about how I can stop a human heart with but a word? Goodness, that sounds dangerous. It most certainly is. I wish to hear it. Then, of course, you shall. He leans close to Bernice, who closes her eyes as if expecting a kiss. But the librarian leans past her, whispering something in her ear. Bernice's eyes open wide. She gives a single jerk, a strangled groan, and goes limp, sliding off the couch. Too curious for her own good, he stands, reaching in one of his pockets to withdraw a single black case containing Bernice's wedding ring. Taking a cursory look around the living room, the librarian eventually focuses on a single point on the opposite side. The librarian crosses the floor, leaves his item, and turns to leave. As he does so, the scene darkens, leaving only a single spotlight to illuminate the stage. It is fixed on the small black case, which the librarian has decided to leave, sitting atop the minister's writing desk. Is that meant to tell me something? I could have sworn I just heard the faintest whisper as I was closing the book. Wait, there's something there. Welcome message. From all our staff, welcome. We're glad you're here. As we're sure you're aware, the Library of Ouroboros is located in a picturesque part of Britain, atop a grassy knoll east of Sussex. Many rural townships, obviously, bereft of their own libraries, refer their villagers to the library. It is beloved by all. We hope you'll take your time perusing our vast stores of literature. Non-fiction, fiction, occult knowledge, curse knowledge, words to melt the eyes of anyone who reads them, psalms of murder, and otherwise. I feel like the last few items are usually included in the "and otherwise" threat. You know, kind of like the Beyond part of Bed Bath & Beyond. You'll certainly have time enough, Bernard. You'll certainly have time enough. It's addressing me specifically. I assume. Yeah, I was looking around because I was wondering what that jingling sound was when I opened it. It dropped a key on the floor. Picked up the copper key. Can't open it. But I bet I can open you. Yes. That book mentioned my name. A coincidence. Nothing more, and besides, it was mistaken. The library wasn't in England. I found it in the German city of Olberg, sequestered away behind an ancient church. Such a small, unassuming front, as if by looking so plain it might hide from the rest of the world. Do you hear that? It was like a series of thuds. And that description... Well, that raises a lot of questions, doesn't it? Because it mentioned me by name, clearly indicating some kind of intelligence to this, but if I found it in a different city, obscured and not out in the open like it claims, then... Does the library itself, change places on some other plane? What is this? A combination locked box. You're an avid reader, aren't you, Bernard? You can't read these books, but don't fret. They'll pave your road to new knowledge. If you're stuck, think of yourself like a cataloger, or a librarian. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? My thoughts exactly. A case toward the windows seems as good a place as any to start. The case toward the windows. This book has fallen over. But, as it said, I am not able to open these. Why are some shelves empty but others not? Actually, back here, most shelves are empty. Anything on these desks over here before I move on? I can't help but wonder if I haven't doomed myself by reading that play. A frigid scene. There was no fog outside earlier. The case over by the window. Locked as well. Not to mention dark. I guess we'll be figuring that out later. Oh, these blinds are open. It looks like the remains of a dock outside. Oh, I get it. It means the bookcase. Okay, well, what am I doing with you? It won't let me read the books. Perhaps you? No? Okay, well, what then? In the absence of anything else to try, I guess we just read through some of what's here? Books on philosophy, history, and a few stray encyclopedias not useful? A few volumes stand out on math and physics, but the rest are from more obscure wings of science. Interesting, but not what I'm looking for. This section contains mostly horror novels. How droll. Novels, science fiction, and fantasy, as well as a few stray romance novels. Biographies. I've heard of none of these people. Almanacs. Useless. A partial history of the library. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I want to know. The Library of Ouroboros wasn't so much built as it simply came to be. That much we've been able to glean from the early, murky tales about a certain endless structure rich in occult knowledge. The first tale was penned by an unnamed Gaelic mystic who compiled a variety of accounts from travelers complaining of strange dreams. Many of these travelers' accounts of the place were the same: endless hallways of strange materials, magic devices that seemed to give off light or sounds without any visible source. But rarely, there were many tangible details, aside from these characteristics and the font of knowledge ringing the walls of the place. This, of course, changed in approximately 670, when the mystic was visited by a lone woman. She was reportedly wild-eyed, half-mad, and complaining of dreams much the same as her fellows. But she claimed that these dreams became reality briefly, and that she at one point even visited that bleak place. She claimed to run into a dark, amorphous figure with a score of glowing red eyes. This figure apparently spoke to her, promising her black knowledge should she only pledge herself to it. Though the mystic asked how this woman escaped such a place, the woman gave him no explanation. In fact, she spoke no further, withdrawing from the mystic's hut to begin her traveling anew. She was never seen or heard from again. This testimony is hardly a concrete example of the library's existence, but it certainly makes one wonder if tales like this could exist from the earliest days of modern man. What other truths could lie buried deep in the past, should one be willing to tunnel through the cobwebs of years to reach the ancient tales hidden beneath? This is exactly the kind of thing that drives me, and apparently drives this character. Think about all of human history. I mean, just think of how long ago, even something like 100 years ago, 1922 must feel. It's a completely different world. Just imagine all the lives, all the stories, all the events that have taken place in the tens of thousands of years that humans have been around, all the things people have seen, all that knowledge that's been lost. I can certainly understand the allure of searching for knowledge in this way. On the Founder, they came to the domain, a blank canvas in the cosmos, from places unknown and as old as time. They've existed longer than man, longer than the sentient stories of Ur, longer than the cosmic force that runs through all things. They have always been. They saw the ruin that coursed through the universe, the constant in and out flux of entropy. And with entropy went items of worth, and it was that worth that they sought to salvage. Not things, ideas, thoughts, power intangible. Through the years they reached, for their powers were immense. Through eons they snatched up secrets, dark and light. But it wasn't long before it all became too much, even for those ancient. The remaining pages have been torn out of this book. In their place is a single piece of lined paper, with an untidy scrawl standing upon it in red ink. The key to further could have been deciphered from the last word in each of these books, but I tore them out. I couldn't let anyone else go any deeper. Sorry, but trust me, it's better this way. As you close the book, you make out a single word, scratched, not written, into the inner cover. Your predecessor must have missed it, Or else it was made after the note was placed. Telephone. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. So not only is it showing us that I am not the first to discover this place, not by a long shot. In fact, people have been discovering it in some form or another for ever. But also, there's overlapping layers of history. Each of them has made some kind of mark on this place. It's almost like what we're seeing is the overlapping layers of two past, almost protagonists, people who had an experience here every bit as complicated as mine. And I love it when games do this. I mean, lots of stories will imply that someone was here before you, but usually all they did was die. I like it when you can see the remnants of an entire story playing out in the past before you. These windows have been different every time I looked. I didn't say anything before because I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure the first time I saw them, all three were down. But this one was open when I came back. No, something's definitely up here, more than just the knowledge contained in these books. Now it says the key to go further could have been deciphered from the last word in each of these books. This one is telephone. Desk. Beneath telephone. You know what? That probably refers to this thing. I've already solved this puzzle. Yep, that's where I found the key to the next door. Yep, now right is halfway, middle is all the way open. Yeah, I've seen that already, but what is it trying to tell me? Is that just changing to mess with me, or is it trying to tell me something? Because I cannot interact with these books. It told me to think of myself as a cataloger, but what does that mean? Alright. Yeah, I looked it up and it turns out that it's just the number of books on each shelf. I kind of thought there'd be a little bit more to it than that. What threw me off was what's going on with the windows, but I think that is just there to mess with me. Alright. What did I get from that, though? I didn't actually get a chance to read that. Probably a key of some sort? Yes. But now is when we begin to have to rely on our flashlight, really making use of the low-resolution graphics here. The way the light kind of floats and reflects, graying out some of the pixels to sort of simulate a sort of low-contrast fog that's entered the room. Okay, I'm not the only one who just heard whispered chanting, right? Let's grab that screwdriver, whatever I'm intended to do with that. I can't make heads or tails of whatever's going on in that painting. I've never felt threatened by a chair before. Watch my Urbex videos. I have. So this is what was behind the bookshelves in the main room. I'm just going to take it that I can't leave at this point, that I don't have that option anymore. Alright, let's rifle through the rifling cabinets. Well, that was pointless. Let's just pry you guys off. What are those? Are those supposed to be cracks in the wall? I think so. Hello? Arcane knowledge? You down here or what? More books. I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore. How is this possible? Oh, I see. It's a skeleton walking an old man down the road. And is that a hole in the ground he's being led into? You can never trust the tricks of the Bone Brigade. There's no low they won't sink to. Picked up, you'll regret it, you'll regret it, you'll regret it, you'll regret it. Something is wrong. Does this mean I have to run out of here? I need to leave now. Yeah, you're telling me. Perhaps you could pick up the pace. Yeah, no need to run. It's only your life. Something is scratching its way into my head.
Your mind is small. Your mind is fragile. A tiny fissure here. A little force there. No more burnout. We could make
It will never open again.
make you walk these halls forever. But we see your curiosity, your potential.
So I'm hired?
We have something more in mind for you. We think you like it.
Straight into a management position? Thank you for visiting our library. Oh, and this is another one that has a full release. I think I did see that just now when I googled what to do with the windows. That was bravo. That was really, really nice. It was a little bit of a mouthful, which made it kind of difficult from a Let's Play perspective. But on a personal level, I was super interested in this. The way it dangles this knowledge in front of you and exploits your curiosity so that you just have to keep going deeper and deeper, despite repeated warnings. It was fascinating, and even though it's practically more of a book than a game, I still really, really enjoyed it. I mean, that's the thing. In order for a game, and indeed any media, to keep you interested, it has to pose some questions and make you desire those answers. And as it happens, this is a game about desiring answers. Which, come to think of it, is perfect for a demo that's meant to make you try the full game. Maybe I'll go back and play the full game. I believe it's free on Steam. But I'm out of time for this one, on to the next. And finally for this part, Tasty Ramen. A colorful horror game about a haunted ramen mascot. Well, this should be amusing. Okay. This is kind of reminding me of those old, like, Japanese arcadey games. Hello? Oh, hey. Welcome to the special gameplay version of Tasty Ramen. Just a quick explanation before we can start. You can run while holding the Shift key, and grab items by pressing E. You can place them again by pressing E again. Pressing the left mouse button makes you throw them. Remember, items that hit the ground can make attracting noises. Attracting noises? One last thing. If you get tired of the game, Escape lets you leave right away. That's it. Let's go. Okay. So let's pick you up and place you in there. Oh, that's adorable. Nothing bad will happen to us now. Okay, we can pick up and place down the microwave. Come to think of it, we can pick up and place down anything. Ah, what are you? What are you? Get out of here! Ah, no, I can't jump up on the... You're like a mouse. My first instinct is to jump up on the shelves. What are... Jeez, what are you? Ah! You're fast! Okay, I gotta strategize. That's right, I have to strategize. Where are you? Okay, I can hear you walking around. That's how I... This is, like... See, this is adorable, then terrifying, then hilarious, but actually still kind of terrifying despite it all. I think mainly it's because of that psychotic look on its face and just how terrifying it is, and how just absurd the concept is. I feel like this is the kind of thing I might have dreams about. Trapped in a store, frustratingly searching for all kinds of keys to open a ridiculously complicated door. Can I crouch? I can't crouch. Where's the locations of more keys? Use the aisles as cover. Remember your 3-year-old training. I am good at this game. Okay, I gotta use these sprinty times to figure out where the other key is. I think there's at least one more left. 2 more. Still 2 more keys. Now I can pick these things up and throw them to distract... I don't know. I think he's a sentient cup of ramen. There's one on that stool right there. But where's the last one? No squeak. No squeak. Don't you squeak at me. I don't have any need for squeaks up in here. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me. There's a key on the ground right over there. No, come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Alright, that's exactly the way I need you to go. And... Boop! No, I was trying to go outside to get away from the ramen monster. You're like a whole new thing. Or are you going to teach me self-defense to defeat the ramen monster? Haha, you did it. Very impressive. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay demo. I don't know what I did to this gameplay demo. You know, if you want to catch up with the latest development, just go here. Is this actually a full thing? I kind of feel like that's all the gas it has in the tank, as scary as it was. And it's actually kind of absurd how scary it was. Alright, well, there's the link. Okay, time for some credits. This is a game by Marcus Horn. Am I literally just reading the credits? Okay, E. I'm still here. I'm just gonna scooch out. Yep. Well, that was Tasty Ramen. See you in the next one.